हेलो गाइस, कैसे आप सभी लोग। वेलकम बैक टू अनदर वीडियो। सो गाइस, लेट आई remember you that in last video we have done the chapter India and the United Nations, and in this chapter we are going to do the chapter the revolt of 1857. So let's start, guys. The revolt of 1857. Coming of European traders to India. India was known for its riches since ancient times. It was famous for its spices, pearls, silk, gold, etc. These things were in great demand in Europe. In 1498, Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese explorer, discovered the sea route to India. He landed at Calicut. He got permission from the ruler of Calicut to carry on trade with India. Gradually, the Portuguese established political power over areas like Calicut, Goa, Andaman and Diu. Meanwhile, other European countries also wanted to exploit the riches of India. Soon the Dutch, the French and the British traders also came to India. In 1600, a group of 100 merchants of London took permission from Queen Elizabeth I to form the British East India Company. The company received permission to trade in India from the Mughal Emperor Jahangir. They set up big godowns to store the goods they traded in. They started from Surat. Later, they established trading centers in Bombay, Mumbai, and Madras, Chennai. The French also set up a trading company and established centers in Chandanagar, in Bengal, and in Pondicherry. The British did not like this. They fought with the French and defeated them. In the beginning, the British were interested only in trade. Soon they started building forts and maintaining armies in the name of protecting their factories. The Battle of Plassey, 1757. Bengal in those days were ruled by Nawab Siraj-ud-Daulah. He asked the British not to build forts and to make their troops. The British refused. A big battle was fought at Plassey. Siraj-ud-Daulah lost the battle due to treachery of his general Mir Zafar. The British now became very powerful in Bengal. In the rest of the country, kings were fighting among themselves. The British took advantage of this. They helped one king against the other. In this way, they gained more power and wealth. Slowly, they succeeded in capturing large parts of India. Injustice of British. The British were interested only in making money. They forced the farmers of Bihar to grow indigo, a plant used for making a blue dye. The dye was used in England for dyeing milk cloth. The farmers had no need for indigo as they needed food grains to feed themselves. They were forced to sell indigo to the British at a low price. As a result, the Indian farmers became very poor. Similarly, the weavers were forced to sell their cloth at a very low price. The Indian cottage industry was also a victim of British greed. British could not grow cotton due to its cold climate, but they had big cotton textile mills which required cotton. So raw cotton was bought from India at a low price and sent to Britain. In return, cloth was shipped back to India and sold in Indian markets. The British did not allow Indians to establish their own mills or factories. The British made unjust laws to take control of more and more kingdoms. One such law was the doctrine of lapse, which said that if a king died without a male child, his kingdom would be taken over by the British. Thus, farmers, traders, kings, and common people were dissatisfied with the British rule. Revolt of 1857. The Revolt of 1857 is called the First War of Independence. It is a very important landmark in our history. The revolt was started by the Indian soldiers sepoys in the British Army. The immediate reason for the revolt was the following incident. A new rifle named Enfield was introduced. A rumor spread that the cartridges were greased with fat of cows and pigs. The covering of these cartridges had to be bitten off before loading the gun. The Hindus regard cows as holy, and the Muslims regard pigs as unclean. The rumor hurt the sentiments of the soldiers. The revolt started at Meerut on May 10, 1857. It soon spread to other parts. Along with the Indian soldiers, other sections of the Indian society also joined. They declared Bahadur Shah Zafar as their leader. Other prominent leaders were Tantia Tope, Nana Sahib Peshwa, Kunwar Singh, Liaquat Ali, Rani Lakshmi Bai, and Begum Hazrat Mahal of Awadh, General Bakt Khan, etc. But the British had better trained soldiers and superior weapons. Moreover, the Indians were disorganized. Hence they lost and the revolt was suppressed. Suppression. The British suppressed the revolt very cruelly. Many Indians were executed or sent to jails. Bahadur Shah Zafar was exiled to Burma, now Myanmar. In this process, rule of the East India Company also came to an end. The British government took over the reins of power. A Secretary of State was appointed to oversee the Indian affairs. Henceforth, the Governor General was called the Viceroy. But there was no change in conditions of Indians. The revolt of 1857 created an urge among the Indians to achieve freedom. They realized that if they united and fought the British, they would be able to drive them out. Extra points. On 10th May 2007, the celebrations of 150th anniversary of the revolt of 1857 were held all over the country. An armed protest against an authority is called revolt. A small case having an explosive material for being loaded on a rifle is called cartridges. Forcibly taking over others' territory is called annexation. Indian soldiers serving in British Army is called sepoy. Thank you guys, that's all for today. Let's meet on the next video with new knowledge. Goodbye. And please like the video, share the video and subscribe the channel.